Hello there, this is TheReviewSpace, and today I'm going to talk about my top 10 video games that I bought more than once. That's right, these are the games that I have owned and bought many times over and over again. The same exact game for whatever reason. Number 1. Resident Evil 4. RE4 owned this 4 times. No less than 4 times. How fitting. Got the PS2 triple pack edition. I think that was the first time I ever bought this game with, and basically it was a Resident Evil Essentials collection. It included Outbreak, Code Veronica X, and of course Resident Evil 4. Pretty good collection actually. And then I had the Greatest Hits version, the one with the Greatest Hits label, on the PlayStation 2 as well, and the PS2 Black label, the original PS2 Resident Evil 4 release. And last but not least, the Wii edition of the game. Yeah, the Wii version of Resident Evil 4. So you have 4 total. Technically the same game, but I mean it's different copies, really, just different packaging, I should say. Technically different design on the label. Not so much the artwork, but you know, it'll have a different imprint on it. Why so many times with Resident Evil 4? It's a great game. I just always ended up getting it. Various different bundles, various different ways. I got the Wii edition for some reason. I think I ended up giving that away as a gift. The PS2 version, though, the first time I got it, I beat the game. It was a really good game. Excellent stuff. And who knows, maybe someday I'll actually end up downloading it via the PSN, so I'll own technically for like the 5th time now, in terms of actually owning the Resident Evil 4. Very good game. Number 2. Soulcalibur 2. Another one that I owned 4 times, yes. And this one is very interesting because I owned this game 4 times. I got it for the GameCube, got the GameCube version, which has the exclusive of Link, the character Link. The Xbox version, of course, which has the Spawn character. The PS2 Greatest Hits version, okay, and the PS2 Triple Pack Edition, which is basically a Namco fighting game collection that includes Soulcalibur 2 and Tekken 4, and I think Tekken Tag Tournament as well. So you have Soulcalibur 2 4 times, 4 different times, the same exact game, pretty much, with varying exclusive single characters for each platform. But another game that I could also, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I could get it via the download, maybe PSN, I think. You get this game so many times, there's no reason to get it over and over again, aside from the exclusive characters. I mean, that's sort of like the gimmick behind these games. Soulcalibur 2, definitely a pretty damn good fighting game from the early 2000s, but the GameCube version, that's the one that I would tend to pick over these games. Number 3. Assassin's Creed 2. Yep, owned a Creed 2 4 times, no less than 4 times. Twice on the PS3 and twice on the Xbox 360. And the main reason I get this game, I keep buying this game over and over again, is I would end up getting rid of it for whatever platform, PS3, 360, and then I would get it again because I just missed the game. You know, it's a quality game for sure, great game, and it's a must-have game in my opinion, and just a fun game out of the entire Assassin's Creed series. This one is probably the best one. I enjoy it a lot and owned it 4 times. Unbelievable, but that's how much I love this game. Just fun stuff. Number 4. Rainbow Six Vegas 2. Oh, Rainbow Six Vegas 2, owned it 3 times. 3 times. Once on the PS3 as the regular version, on the 360 as well, and the PS3 as a Greatest Hits. Another game, just like with Assassin's Creed 2, I would sometimes, I just get rid of it and then I would want to buy it again for whatever platform I have at the time. And this one is this might be my favorite pure first-person shooter, just in terms of gameplay. Just a fun game to play. I keep replaying it, I keep going back to it. I never really get tired of it. Just a fun cover system, great first-person shooter. Even though, I mean, it's dated in terms of graphics and from its obvious engine that's a little bit kind of old looking too. The textures and the skins and the graphics just don't look as amazing as they did, 6 years ago. Number 5, Dead Space. The original Dead Space. Owned it 3 times. 3 times with this game. I really cannot blame myself for buying this game 3 times. Just a fun game. I mean, I had it on the PS3 as the regular copy, the 360 as a Platinum Hits, and the PS3 again as a Greatest Hits. So 3 different times. Bought it 3 different occasions, and it's the same game. It's a fun game. It's a very cheap thing too. The thing with these games is that they tend to be a lot cheaper now. It's not like I'm, spending full price on every single copy that I rebuy on these titles. Number 6, Tekken Dark Resurrection. This one I owned this, at least 3 times? 3 different times. So twice on the PSP. I got 2 copies on the PSP. I just like the game that much. And then buying it on the PSN as a download, so it's on the PS3 version. Which actually has, it's the same, pretty much the same exact game. It has some small changes. Maybe the PS3 version is not as, it doesn't have as much content as the PSP, but it's pretty much the same. It doesn't have the bowling thing, as far as I can remember, but it does have the Tekken 5 stages, unlike the PSP version. It's the same game pretty much though. Number 7, Shadow of the Colossus. Great game, first of all, but another one that I owned 3 times. Twice on the PS2, so I had 2 copies on the PS2. I ended up getting rid of both of them, but definitely a fun game. Excellent, I guess, adventure puzzle game kind of thing. And once on the PS3 via the Eco Shadow of Colossus collection, the HD collection. So one on the PS3 and twice on the PS2. Shadow of the Colossus, classic. Number 8, Tekken 6. 3 times again with the Tekken 6. I just can't get enough of Tekken. I just love it. It's probably my favorite fighting game series franchise of all time. Once on the PS3, the regular PS3 copy, the PSP version, and the PS3 again as a Greatest Hits. So I ended up rebuying it over and over again. Just a fun fighting game. I just enjoy it. Very good at it, and the only thing really is that it's not the best Tekken game in terms of graphics or stage designs, but I ended up buying it 3 times, so it must be decent. Number 9, Mortal Kombat Deception. Probably one of the best fighting games of the 6th generation, the PS2 era. I got this twice on the PS2. Once as a triple pack, which was basically the Mortal Kombat collection. It had Shaolin Monks and Deception, of course, and Armageddon, so it's like 3 different games. Original Black Label, of course, the actual main game by itself, so owned it twice. I had to rebuy it twice because I ended up selling it the first time around. Good game, very good fighting game. And number 10, GTA Vice City, again on the PS2, a classic. I had to buy this twice. The first time I bought it, it was a Greatest Hits, and I think I lost it. I don't know if somebody stole it, and I just ended up, I couldn't find the game anymore. I was like, what happened to it? It wasn't in my collection, my library, it was missing. So a few years later, I ended up rebuying the game, so I found, I think, a copy over Craigslist, and I bought Vice City again. So that was pretty cool. So that's pretty much it. That's the top 10 video games that I bought more than once. I rebought it and bought it multiple times in multiple occasions. I've bought other games before as well. This is not the only one. There's other games in here, but I didn't want to mention them because the other games that I rebought, maybe not as important, not as good as these top 10. And the main reason I chose this top 10 is it's based on the quality of the games, based on the uniqueness of the different versions and different copies, Greatest Hits, the original label, the different platforms and consoles that it was on. Like, for example, I bought, how many times did I buy the Sega Genesis collection? And then there's the other ones too, like Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which I technically ended up owning 3 times on different occasions in my life. I had it on the Super Nintendo, on the PSP Classics collection, the PS2 Capcom Classics collection. You know, in these various collections, I would end up rebuying over and over again. But even those ones, I just kind of like, then it would just be repeating so many more games. And from the 16-bit era, I mean, those ones are a lot more easy to duplicate and emulate on these collections. You know, and you have games, Dead Rising 2, I got it twice, PS3 and the 360 copy. I just gotta get it on both consoles, I guess. Super Mario World, got it for the Super Nintendo and the GBA, so the original Super Nintendo version, and then the Game Boy Advance handheld port many years later. And that could go the same way with, games like Yoshi's Island, titles like that where they would end up porting it many years later. If there's one thing that rebuying games has taught me as a gamer, it's things are replaceable. Video games, no matter how good they are, how amazing they are, as long as it's not like extremely rare, like some sort of like Nintendo game from like the 1980s that you can't find anymore and there's only like 5 copies in the world, if it's a quality game, a great game, you can buy that over and over again. You can find copies of that, and you'll be able to find it on Craigslist, on the internet, maybe even in the stores. You never know, and you'll always find a copy. So even if you lose that game, you lose your favorite copy of a game, you can find it sometime in the future, and you shouldn't really worry too much about losing some of these games, because you can just rebuy them all over again. Thanks for watching TheReviewSpace, the most underrated channel on YouTube. For more videos, check out youtube.com/TheReviewSpace.